Permission to breathe. Permission to dream. Permission to feel allowed, to be happy. Wow. The meaning of life. Why we're here. Why we're sharing our passions with the world. And this exact space is so resonant and so very much in alignment with the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I am in business. And to be quite honest, I don't really care that much about business. What I care about is helping creatives rise into a space where they are in complete knowing of their value and how inspiring and great you are and how much you mean to the world. This is a beautiful Buddhist temple located in Bethany in Ontario, Canada, and this space is a tribute and memory to a really dear friend of mine who took his life last year. And a lot of people don't realize that a huge amount of the gravity of pain that they are in is because they aren't given a place, and the place that they have and that you have in your heart is oftentimes shunned if you're a creative. And although the whole world relies on spiritual, creative, holistic, alternative souls as their last stop of hope or the alchemization of their pain through poetry, through dance, through sculpture, through movement, through content, through writing, through singing, through healing, through empowering and embodying sacred archetypes. So for me, this is my motivation. Moments like these, impromptu trips with, in this case, January, who is one of the dearest souls that I've come to know on this planet. And we just went for a coffee and it turned into a road trip. And that's the liberty of not being, tied to the 9-to-5 grind. It's like getting to see depth in everything and having opportunities to just let go and allow the wind to take you and for nature to heal you and the sun to shine on you and to watch, how everything has just flown together so synchronistically in your life. But this right here, this is what I aspire over the next 5 years to create a platform and a business container this year that is so strong and flourishing for you to come into and to learn that you can make money, you can become financially free, and you don't have to buy into, the 9-to-5 trap. You can entirely do what feels aligned to you. And if working in a 9-to-5 feels inspiring and aligned, then that's what you are to do. There is nothing, wrong with that. Some people can be completely inspired in that environment. But for many of us, we just haven't. We have a different take, a different spin. There's been so much shame around people that don't operate in that construct. And some of us just were never meant to operate in that construct, and it doesn't make you lesser. And spending thousands of hours on a painting, spending thousands of hours learning how to edit film, spending thousands of hours having deep philosophical thoughts and trying to unfold the truths of humanity, they're not a waste of time. Nothing that you are passionate about is a waste of time. That is what your heart is here to share with the world. And in the right environment, those beautiful seeds within you can bloom. And that's the narrative that we are shifting. That is the new conscious leadership space. And that is what is in my heart. My selfish desire is to be able to just travel and create poetry through the screen and bring to life places and spaces and tones and textures that awaken you, that bring peace, that bring you back to center. But before I devote much more of my time to that, I want to make sure that I have something that I can gift, that I can teach, that I can share, that I can offer you to invest in, to know these beautiful, beautiful truths and this new way of operating in the world. This is a time of revolution. The landscape has changed so dramatically overnight that this has become a canvas for conscious leadership. And conscious leadership is that guiding force and flame inside your soul that's willing to stand in uncharted territory with a torch and a fire in your soul to guide others in moments where the darkness can feel overwhelming. The fear can challenge people from stepping into their path of liberty. And it looks so different for everyone. And to me, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. My clients melt my heart every single day. Having the opportunity to watch people bloom, let go of all these crazy conditions that have been put on us in this world, that life has to look a certain way. Conscious leadership is knowing that it doesn't, that we're literally expanding new realities, that we are opening portals to future landscapes of how financial prosperity looks, to how creative genius is given the stage, truly. There is absolutely nothing more brilliant than walking in the world as you were born to do. And so this space is a space for all of these quiet fires in our heart that we've had to tame and keep burning and flickering in moments where the world has been really cold and tried to snuff out our value because the world just hasn't understood who we are. And I feel like one of the luckiest people in the world because I've had this obsession with figuring out a path to help creatives, spiritual, holistic, alternative souls flourish. And for that starving artist cliche to be gone, there is beauty to pain. And we truly do create masterpieces from the torment and the struggle and just the vast unfairness that this planet gives us. But that isn't the marker of the artist anymore. That doesn't have to be the only way for us anymore. That pain can be transmuted into masterpieces, but it shouldn't be held in contempt of having or being forced to operate in a way that is not natural to who we are. And moving past that fear and knowing this new reality allows me to stare a lot of other souls straight in the eyes and say, it's not true. There is another way, an abundant way, a prosperous way, a way where all of that discipline and dedication to your artistry, to your spirituality, to your thoughts and the deep dives that you take on this earth, to the transformations that you've gone through, all of that is worth so much to many others. And it's a valid path. It's an incredible path. And it's your birthright to walk it, if you so choose. And I want to make sure that I have created the most beautiful garden for your growth in the form of business, in the form of marketing and strategy and sales and all of these things that really turn off a lot of creatives because they seem, icky and complicated and just not what creatives think about. But there are ways to create sacred invitations into your offerings. There are ways to use your heart to create language that is a doorway to those that truly desire what it is that you have to offer. And there are just such integral ways that don't have to feel forced and don't have to feel like a challenge that's not worth taking, because there is a new reality. There's new ways to operate in business, and that's where I'm planted, this beautiful bridge between the creative world and the business world, and shape-shifting the future of that. And I'm not the only one. There's many of us now, because it's a big calling. But I'm just grateful to be here in this moment, to be guiding so many, and to be allowed to incorporate every element of creativity that I love into the work that I do. All the energetics, all the outside the box aspects of self are welcome here. Working 40 hours a week, prioritizing being in a particular role just so that you can get along in society. That's the old paradigm. And for those that are passionate about what they do and love that environment, again, this is not to take away from it. This is for all of those that are being labeled lazy, delinquent, out to lunch, crazy, not plugged in. This is for all of those that are vastly enwrapped in anxiety and depression and mental health because you're constantly being pushed into containers that you were not born to thrive in. And it is not the only way. And the most brilliant souls, the most creative individuals, they know this. And you have to be so strong to be a creative, because you really are climbing an uphill battle your entire life, trying to fit into something that never made sense, feeling ostracized, feeling belittled, feeling trapped, and feeling worthless a lot, and feeling like there is no hope to ever really actually feel like you're allowed to be you and be loved as you are and appreciated as you are. And we are changing that. This pandemic was a door to show and share and offer to the world a new venue, and also tear down these false ideas that you have to do it the way that it's always been done in order to be successful. And that is absolutely a lie. We live in an abundant land, and if we decide to work from that belief and that strategy, the entire game changes. And I know it's a lot, but it's been a lot to carry that other weight. And I feel we're part of a huge shift in the consciousness of this planet that is just never going to be the same again, because making money is different. What people value is different. People value online education. People value experiences. People value outside of the box now. People aren't afraid to invest. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content like this.